Hey everyone, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how we will be designing a wheelchair for basketball players and how we're going to be using a wheelchair article to help us find evidence to support our decision making for how science is going to be influencing the technology that we're going to be building. So, up to now, we've been exploring how the game of basketball is played, looking at how players get up and down the court and how they do different runs with the basketball, how they interact with different players as they're trying to play the game, and how they not only have to play offense and defense, but looking to change direction and get physical with one another. And we are going to need to decide, how do we want to design a wheelchair for basketball players? So our decision is going to come down to how we want to build it. So we're going to need to decide, do we want our basketball wheelchair to be built with a large, medium, or small amount of mass? Similar to what we have researched and learned about in our article about our racing wheelchair and our rugby wheelchairs. So your goal is going to be to decide, how do we want to build our wheelchair in terms of its mass? So thinking about how the game is played and kind of using our images here on the left-hand side, our goal is going to be to find evidence from the science influencing technology section of our article. So our goal is going to be first to decide what we feel is best, and then find the evidence in here to support why we believe that the wheelchair that we design with that large, medium, or small mass should be played or used to play the game of basketball. So you might find evidence in paragraph 1, 2, or 3, whichever one might have your evidence is what you're going to use to explain your thinking. So feel free to go back into the article to look at the diagrams, to break down what you think is best, to find that evidence for what you think is the best example or best reason for building our wheelchair with large, medium, or small mass. So in task 4, you're going to decide you understand the goal of what we're trying to do in terms of designing our wheelchair, and how to use the article to research the science behind the best design option. If we're a little confused, put your X in yellow or red and reach out. If you put your X in green, find your way to task 5, where you're going to be breaking down your thinking, where you decide what kind of wheelchair it's going to be, what kind of mass it's going to have, and what text evidence you have to support it. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise,